Hello guys, welcome to Arsenal TV. This is my first live podcast show. Now I've got my good friend here, Tarek. How are you? How are you, mate? You good?
I'm fine. How you doing, Richard? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm absolutely good. What have you thought of the transfer so far? As you know, you're a Liverpool supporter.
Yeah.
What made you support Liverpool?
To be honest with you, since I was a kid, I've been supporting Liverpool all my life. From day one when I was first watching football. When I was a kid, I was a crazy fan. So basically, I've been watching it from the back on days, man. Yeah, long time ago, man.
So it's been a good few years, yeah.
Yeah, good few years, man.
As you know, obviously, I've been an Arsenal fan since obviously the age of 5 years old. And I've been supporting Arsenal since what? I still remember the glory days of Highbury. Can't forget that. I still remember all that. So T, I'm now going to talk to you based on the transfers. What did you think on Liverpool's perspective? What did you think of your transfer side?
I reckon. I mean, the transfer wasn't too bad, but the thing was, we didn't get the players that we needed. I mean, I'm happy that we signed Oxlade-Chamberlain from Arsenal. I think that's a great signing. I think that you guys made a great profit out of him as well, and he's a really good signing. We should have got a defender, and we should have got the player we're going for, Van Dijk. I think it would have been a great centre back for us because we're struggling in the back four. We need someone who could be a leader in the back four and provide in defence and
do you actually think it was a bit stupid for Arsenal to actually sell Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain?
I wouldn't say stupid, but I'm thinking you guys should still try to keep hold of him because basically he's a good player and I don't know why Arsenal actually sold him because he's got that pace that you need in your team. I mean, you've got great players in your team. You've got Giroud, you've got so many players that are really good in your team. You've got Aaron Ramsey, you've got Walcott. I think your team is great, but in defensive-wise, like Liverpool, you need to tighten up the defence and in attack, you need to bring in some more attackers. I think selling Oxlade-Chamberlain was a big mistake, I reckon. I think he was
do you know what? To be honest, T, I actually thought selling Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain was the worst mistake that Arsenal could ever do. I was actually quite happy that we holded on to Alexis Sanchez. By 11 o'clock came around because I know Man City were really trying to get hold of him for £60 million, and Man City was gonna give us Sterling with it. And obviously Arsenal said, you know what? No, we ain't gonna take that. Why should we take that? So now Man City have said that they're gonna still try and go after him in January. What do you reckon about Alexis Sanchez? Do you reckon if we can still get into top four by the end of the season, do you reckon that Sanchez is going to sign a deal if the money's right?
I think it's with Sanchez not about the money. I think he wants to go to a higher club because obviously he wants to win stuff and trophies. Obviously Arsenal can win trophies, but the thing is that you guys are lacking in some areas, like our team. Like in Liverpool, we're lacking in defence. We've got the attackers going forward. I mean, our goalkeeper is total crap. I think Mignolet should have been gone a long time ago. But you guys have got good players in your team. But what it is that he as a player wants to win stuff. He wants to be in the Champions League and he wants to be winning titles.
Personally, what do you think Arsenal is missing? Do you think that Arsenal is missing players like him?
Yeah, I think you need players like him in your team, and you need to build around. I think if you can, I know it's going to be difficult, but if you can, come January transfer window, if you can, keep hold of Sanchez and build players around him.
So do you reckon it was a good idea for Arsenal to bring in Lacazette and plus Klejnik at the back?
Yeah,
for a start to build around him.
Yeah, I think that is a good start. But the thing is, I think Arsene Wenger lacked in transfer market. That's why the fans were having a go at him. I think if he brought more signings in, like he was after Lamar, he should have stayed put on Lamar and got him in.
Yeah, do you know what? The only thing that really bothered me about that is because Arsenal offered £50 million for him. Yeah. And Monaco said, no, not good enough. We offered 60 million. Monaco still said no.
Yeah.
And then it came around that Arsenal offered £92 million, which is pretty much 100 million euros. Yeah. Right? And Monaco said, yeah, fine, done deal. And Arsenal said, no, forget it. We're going to pull out. And I think what it was, I think it might have been Thomas Lemar. I think it was him that actually said, "No, I'm not going to go to Arsenal."
Yeah. I think the reason why he didn't join you guys because you guys are not in the Champions League. Because I was reading online on Sky Sports, they were saying that the only reason why he never joined Arsenal was that you weren't in the Champions League. I think he wanted to play in the Champions League as well. But I still reckon that you could have pulled it off easily. It's just that if you were in the Champions League like us, I think it would be tough for him to turn you guys down because you guys offered the most money. You were offering like 92 million for him, and we were offering like between 70 to 80 million, and that wasn't enough for them.
See, this is what the Arsenal fans are actually getting really pissed off at, because I'm exactly the same now. I'm thinking, well, they said that when we brought in Lacazette, we brought him in. He's the only person that we've actually physically brought.
Yeah.
Because we got Klesnik by was it July? We got him by July, and it was already done. And then he came into the club, and then obviously we had we brought Lacazette in.
Yeah.
And then as soon as it got to the final days of the transfer, Arsene Wenger wasn't doing much.
Yeah.
And it seems I can actually speak for a lot of the Arsenal fans. It's like it's the same shit every season.
Yeah.
Same. So do you reckon Arsene Wenger is actually the main problem at Arsenal, or do you think it's the owner that's the main problem?
I don't think it's Arsene Wenger that's the main problem. I think your owners, I mean, they're not looking to spend big. Like, you've got money to spend, you've got money there to spend. But I think you guys want to make your profit first. Like,
and do you know what, T? Do you know what? To be honest, I'm glad that you mentioned that, saying that we've got money. Did you not hear that they actually said we had no money?
Yeah, I've heard them say that on the radio.
So if we didn't have no money, how the hell was we offering Thomas Lemar bleeming £92 million? £92
million, that's what I was thinking. Basically, it's not your manager, it's your owners. Like, you've got money to spend, but your owners want to offload players first, all the debt before signing more players. I think because I was reading the papers this morning, they're saying that you wanted to offload all your players that are not performing well and then bring in players. But then you guys are wasting time because the transfer window was going so quick, and Arsenal left it too late to sign players. They should have actually really started buying the players when they were assets.
Would you say that Arsenal has actually left it too late to start doing it in shipping players out?
Yeah, I think they were a bit too late sending the players out, because if they sent the players out in time and then would have brought in some players quickly, and then you would have been set for the season. You've got some great players, and I think you should have done your business really quick. And what's it called? Yeah, that's the only reason I think. I think it's not nothing to do with your manager. I know I've seen a lot of Arsenal fans like Claude and DT and the rest of them blaming Wenger. I don't think it's Wenger's fault. I think it's the owners of Arsenal.
But to some extent, do you actually not agree that Arsene Wenger actually has a part in it? A part to blame for it?
Not
because from an Arsenal's fan perspective, I think he's got a part to blame in it, as well as the owners.
Okay, I see. But like, what I feel is, I don't totally blame Wenger. I think if the owners gave him support and did what he wanted to do, then he would have done the right thing. But you can't always blame the manager. I mean, if the owners are there not helping him, not listening to what he wants, and then obviously we have to see what happens now the rest of the season. But for Arsenal, they need to bring someone in, because come January transfer window, if you guys don't bring no one in, I mean, it's going to look bad for you this season, because like top four this season is going to be really difficult. Man City, Man United, they're all tight in their defence. They're doing it well, and they've got good players. And Spurs are also doing really well, and like it's only like Liverpool and Arsenal that haven't really tightened the players up and bring the players that we need.
So who do you reckon in the Premier League has actually done better within transfers?
I reckon that Manchester United and Spurs and Man City have done really well. I mean, we as a team, Arsenal and Liverpool, I think they still need to do more business, and they haven't really done that much.
So who do you reckon now that Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain is going to replace in your squad?
Rick, I'll be back 1 minute. I need to pause the video 1 minute, sorry.
That's cool.
I've got someone calling me. 1 minute, sorry.
That's alright.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, sorry about this, guys. So as you can see that obviously Tarek obviously said that you heard exactly what he said, that Arsene Wenger is probably not really that part to blame in it. Obviously, from an Arsenal fan perspective, I do personally think that he is the main cause of it. T, you back now?
Yeah, I'm back now.
Yeah, cool. Now we're now gonna talk about the Liverpool game. What did you think of Liverpool's performance against Arsenal?
I was quite shocked really because I wasn't expecting us to do this good, but because in the back four we are terrible in defence. I mean, we always concede. I think this season this is the first time I've ever seen Liverpool play this well without conceding. Because last season we conceded so many goals and it was such a poor performance. And this season I could see that improvement coming in, but we're still lacking in defence. I think if we could bring in a couple of good defenders, I'm really proud of what Tottenham have done. They brought in that defender from I can't remember what club he's from now, but he's a really good defender that signed, Sergio Aurore. I think if I'm pronouncing it right. I think he's a wicked signing. I think if we had a signing like that in our team in the back four, we would have done really well. But yeah, with Arsenal and Liverpool, I've got to say, Arsenal didn't play too bad, but the thing was, the pressure was that your back four, they were all over the place. I mean, your players were all over the place. So basically,
yeah.
defenses guys and
Yeah, to be honest, from Arsenal's view, obviously I don't know if you actually saw my video, but I thought it was a really, really bad performance from Arsenal overall. I couldn't really pick a man of the match at all because I don't think none of the players deserved it. It's like Arsene Wenger played Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain and then next minute he's off to Liverpool.
Yeah.
So I thought, if you're going to sell him, why play him the match before you're going to sell him?
Yeah.
And it's the same. It's the same with Alexis Sanchez as well. I don't know whether he's now refusing that he doesn't want to play for Arsenal again. So what does that say now to the rest of the season?
Yeah, basically. So Richard, what do you reckon? What's the change that needs to happen in your club, in Arsenal Football Club? Do you reckon that you need to get rid of the owners or you need to get rid of Wenger? Because a lot of people
do you know what? To be honest, coming to mention it, I personally think it should be both.
Both. Okay.
I reckon the manager, and I also reckon it should be the ownership as well, because it feels like to me when you've got Stan Kroenke in as the owner, and you bring in someone the likes of Simeone or Allegri, we're still going to be in the same situation.
Sorry, if I was to ask you, who's the manager you reckon that will take over Wenger and who could bring your club forward and get you back to the glory days?
Yeah.
But get you back to the Champions Leagues. Who would you prefer to replace Wenger when Wenger does actually leave?
If I had to choose one person, I'd probably go with Carlo Ancelotti.
That's a good choice.
I would go with Carlo Ancelotti, to be quite honest, because he's done so well at Bayern Munich as well. So, and look where Bayern Munich is, and look where Bayern is now.
Yeah.
Bayern, bleeming last season, thrashed us fucking 5-1, home and away. So, I don't know, if I had to choose a manager, it would probably have to be Carlo Ancelotti.
And where would you think, in what part of inside your team, what would you change the most? Where do you reckon you lack as a team?
Defence. Defence, to be honest. I think our forward is alright. Our forward is completely fine. Because obviously we've got Lacazette and we've got obviously Sanchez. We've got Olivier Giroud. He looks like he's going to be staying. So yeah, it's got to be defence. And if there was one thing I would have to change formation, because I still don't think that the three at the back suits us.
Yeah. To be honest with you, and also I remember my brother told me earlier on, West Ham were the only team to concede more goals than Arsenal. I think West Ham have done really poor this season. I've seen the way they've been playing. I mean, they were very poor in the transfer market. I mean, it's not only Liverpool and Arsenal that made less signings. I think West Ham were very, very poor in bringing in players, and they might look like they're going to go down.
Yeah, do you know what? To be honest, the way I'm looking at West Ham, and it is like they're still. I know they've brought Hernandez, and obviously they've got Zabaleta at the back.
Yeah.
I still reckon that West Ham are still going to do shit. To be quite honest.
And Richard, who do you reckon, come January transfer window,
yep.
if Sanchez does, well, it looks like he's going to go to Man City. If he does go to Man City, how much do you reckon he's worth? What's the best price you reckon you could get for him, and who do you think that will be the best replacement?
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Who would you get to replace Alexis Sanchez in your team? It must be tough, though.
Yeah, do you know what's been? Because I know there's definitely a lot of players out there that could be a fantastic replacement for him, but it's just picking the right person who's got the same attitude as he has.
Yeah.
If I had to choose a good price range for him, 75 mil.
That's not bad. I think that's a good price.
I reckon between 75 to 80 mil he's worth.
Wow, that is a good price. What I've been thinking.
But if I had to choose someone to be a good replacement for him, Jesus. Do you know what? I don't even know who I would bring in, to be honest, because I don't think...
There's a lot of players out there. It's hard to decide, isn't it?
Do you know what? This might sound odd, but I would bring in Draxler.
Yeah, Draxler's good, but like I'm saying, like, you know, you've got so many good players going forward. I mean, like on the wings and left wing, right wing. I mean,
if he's right wing, do you know? If he's going to be as good, I would bring in Nani.
That's not a bad. That's not a bad choice.
I would bring Nani, but the only thing is with Alexis Sanchez is like he's got such good ability of turning and going towards goal. He's got great vision as well, and he's probably one of the best wingers that I know that's out there. That is pretty much classed as world class. I think he's better than Mahrez.
Yeah. I think you need to get someone that plays level as Sanchez or someone who could play even better. But you need to spend good money to bring in someone. Because like, if you guys, what I was surprised was that last day of transfer window he didn't leave. If you guys let him go the last transfer window, you guys would have been in serious trouble because like he's such a big inspiration to your team. Like. He brings your team live when he goes to attack.
He does. See, the only thing is, like, when it came to the Liverpool game, when I saw Alexis's name on the team sheet as well, in subs, I thought, you know what? This will be a sick chance to bring on Lacazette and the Ozil combination. With all three of them, just to see how well they can play. There was no Lacazette, and there was no Klesnik at the back either.
I think Klesnik is a good signing. I think he's a really on the first day when he played for you guys, he was so impressive, and I've got to say that you guys done a great job of keeping Mustafi. I think if you guys let Mustafi go, I think you would have struggled even more because I think he's a good defender. I think a lot of Arsenal fans might not agree with me, but I think he's a very good defender. I think that's a great thing you guys did was to keep hold of him.
Yeah.
Not let him go.
It also seems to me that Arsene Wenger is playing Russian roulette with Arsenal. With the squad. That's what it feels like because he knows and the club knows that we've been struggling for defence for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
We sold Gabriel.
Yeah.
Mertesacker looks like this is going to be Mertesacker's last season because he's going to be taking over the academy management coaching.
Yeah.
Laurent Koscielny's 32, plus he's got injury problems as well.
Yeah.
That's 3 defenders, and then I don't know anymore. I really fucking don't.
Yeah. So Richard, who do you reckon that's going to win the league this season? Who do you reckon you're backing? You think that they'll win the league?
Do you know what? For the amount of performance that's going on at the minute, I reckon Liverpool's got a very, very good chance. But it's Liverpool's back 3 that is a bit worrying.
Yeah, for me, I think Man United.
Do you know what's best? I think Man City is gonna snatch it.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough between Man City and Man United at the moment. It's Man City and Man United that are killing it in the table.
But hasn't Man United also re-signed Ibrahimovic as well?
Yeah, I think they have. He's back.
Yeah, because I heard someone say that that he's re-signed with United. So
Yeah, I've heard that as well. He's resigned, but I don't know how long he's there for. But to be honest with you, they don't really need Ibrahimovic. They've got Lukaku, and he's going to bang in big goals for them this season.
Yeah, I reckon Lukaku is going to be up there as well.
Yeah, it's going to be out of Lukaku and maybe Harry Kane for the Golden Boot again, or Aguero might be in there as well.
Do you know what? If Sanchez and Lacazette plays, I reckon them two are going to be in it as well. You know.
I've got to go, Rick, but can we do this another day? Sorry, I have to.
Yeah, cool. This video is cool, bro. It's done. So guys, this has been the first podcast with me and my good friend Tarek. T, just give him a brief of what you do on your channel.
I do jailbreaking, I do hacked apps and hacked games, and I've just got 66 subscribers so far. So thank you to you, Richard, for putting the link to my channel and your videos. I'm going to also put your link to your channel on my channel.
That's cool, bro. So and obviously I've now got 64 subscribers as well. So we're both moving up.
We're both moving up. And I was also say everyone that's listening, also subscribe to my friend's channel, Richard. I think he's a great YouTuber like myself. He's got Arsenal Fan TV channel, and I'll put the link in my video description so everyone will know what your channel's about.
Yeah, cool. T, thank you for joining me on my first podcast show.
You're welcome, man.
Thank you very much. Thank you, T. Talk to you later, bro.
Safe. Bye.
See you later.